40 years ago, I was really struggling with my own spiritual awakening and recognizing that I was working with my 11 soul senses, whether I was consciously entering into the experiences or the experiences were coming at me, and I was just aware of them all. And it was 40 years ago that my deep relationship with the word intuition began. This episode brings you into a bit of that exploration. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I would encourage you to look through the playlist to see if there's anything that speaks to you or might be of interest. My lessons are about teaching the 11 soul senses and helping you understand your own human potential. And for those of you that have been following and with me all along, welcome back. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Hello, and welcome to the Constance Messmer Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.
So way back in my college years, I had my Webster's College Dictionary. Look how old it is. It's so beat up and tired. And this is the definition I found in regards to intuition: the immediate knowing of something without the conscious use of reasoning. I didn't know that dictionary definitions change all the time. So forever, I was using this as the definition that I turned to for the word intuition. And intuition is used by various modalities in very different ways, but the word itself originates from the Latin intueri, which means to look at and to consider. And I wish over the years the word intuition would have held on to that exact definition and just extrapolated on it a little more. But it was because of this definition about use of conscious reasoning, conscious use of reasoning, that I really felt when I was writing my book, Some Dogs Talk, that I had to get the language accurate. And when I decided to teach students psychic and spiritual and soul development and help them understand and appreciate their own 11 soul senses, it was important for me to get contemporary language to the experiences that was happening. Because the more I looked online, the more I realized that there were various words for the experiences, but I really wanted to be succinct on the definitions and also helping people understand that within the definition, it also must speak to how the experience is occurring and where it's coming from. And so if you read Some Dogs Talk, in the back, there's Caroline's notebook, the sister of the protagonist, Tony. She keeps a notebook about all of Tony's experiences as he's exploring his own psychic unfolding, how he's able to communicate with dogs, how he's able to have them communicate back with him. And so his journey is my journey in many ways, to really understand and explore the nuances of the experience. And in my teachings, if you've been following me, my encouragement is for you to enter into the material, to really build rapport, to have a deep relationship. And it really does start with either the words soul senses, which breaks down how we're getting the information, or following your intuition. But from the beginning, when I first understood Webster or even Oxford, the definition had me slant in a specific way. But if you look at the origins of the word, the Latin origins, to consider, to look at, it really is, when you have an intuitive experience, it really is about taking a moment to consider what's coming and why it's happening and what you might do with the information. So I've got this short video called You're Using Your Intuition Wrong, or You've Got Intuition Wrong. And when I recorded that, it was based on the Webster definition and Oxford definition and many definitions that are out there using reference to the use of um, conscious reasoning. And I know in my experience and in working with students and teaching students and really spending 30 years deep into this material and deep into the exploration of human potential, that you do use reasoning faculties and you engage the mind wholeheartedly, when you are trying to comprehend a message that comes as a visionary experience, clairvoyance, as a hearing, something, a thought, or a hearing, something you hear clairaudiently, right? Or even a smell, clairolfaction. Um, and so, and all the 11 soul senses really, except claircognizance. Claircognizance is when you have a knowing and it comes out of nowhere, really. But I kind of want you to look into that I'm going to bring you back to claircognizance in future episodes and we'll have a good gander, good look. But once you enter into the experience of claircognizance, you recognize that it is pure knowing, that you didn't hear anything, see anything, feel anything, taste anything. You just know it. And so to me, by definition, that was the only soul sense that could align with how the world over intuition is defined, not just in Merriam-Webster now, because it's Merriam-Webster now, or Oxford, but also in other reference spaces that we find. And so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to submit new definitions. And I'm excited to do so because I've worked with this material for a really long time. And I just think that they should, reconsider the definition. Intuition, coming from the word intueri, means to look at, to consider. It's because when you're having what you believe is an intuitive experience, it really is something to consider. It is something to stop and look at and say, what's happening now? What's happening now? Where's this coming from? How am I even getting this? Because it doesn't happen on the physical plane. We're body and soul. We're body and soul. And these are your soul senses, your 11 soul senses, that the intuitive experience occurs. And so for all these years that I've been talking to you and with you, because I love the comments, I've been saying that intuition only applies to claircognizance. But because I'm going to try to change the definition, I will update it to contemporary language for psychic competence, for soul competence, so that we can all be on the same page. And so at that point, then I'll be able to align with everybody saying, I followed my intuition. But I'll still ask you, how did it come to you? How did it come to you? Your 11 Soul Senses, a journal for self-discovery, is something I created just for you. It is complete with definitions, writing prompts, and blank journaling pages to help you reconnect with your true essence and your soul sense abilities. To get your copy, visit my shop or go to constancemessmer.com. And thanks for tuning in. Hello, my friend. Can you do me a huge favor? Can you hit the subscribe button? It really helps me bring you the content. It helps me help you. You're helping me and my team by doing this, and I so appreciate you. I would love it. And like the video, I love it when you like the videos because then I know that you like the videos and the episodes and the lessons and the podcast, all of it, wherever you're watching and listening. I appreciate you. I do believe that if we all followed our intuition by way of our 11 soul senses, so if we all followed our 11 soul senses and learned about them and created and build rapport with them so we could have a deeper understanding of our full self and our full potential, the world would be a much better place. I really, really know this. And so, to that end, I'm going to start gifting you a series of episodes that dive deeper into this experience, how you can use your 11 soul senses on a professional level, on a practitioner level, on a personal level, where you can go for inside help and outside help when you're sourcing problems or solutions or advice, right? And I am going to remind you of the amazing soul that you are. that's, that's what I'm going to do because I think you are amazing. And I think once you're aware of how capable you are of applying these skills, techniques, tools, and lessons to your life, you're going to step up on another rung in life and really be amazed by the miracles that are all around, by the connections that you're capable of making and having, and the awarenesses and wisdom that you can tap into. So I think that this will be beneficial to you. I know it's part of what I love to teach is personal empowerment and human potential. Because when I started all of my work in the field of intuition and the 11 soul senses, I quickly saw that that's what was happening. It empowered people to, I'm getting chills, not only listen and tap into their truth, but to follow their truth and live their truth and come to better lives and better relationships. And I just wouldn't want to keep any of that from you. So I'm glad you're here. I'm excited that you might be then tuning in each week for the next episode that will build one upon the other as we march along this road hand in hand for intuition and how you can use it. And by way of the 11 soul senses and personal empowerment. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Constance Messmer here. I just want to do a shout out of big thanks to all the members. I am so grateful. And all the people dropping in and giving little super thanks and all that stuff. I really appreciate you. You members and you people contributing and subscribers are what help me bring this content to everyone, really. So every little bit helps. And I am filled with gratitude that you're stepping up. There are environmental issues in other organizations that I contribute to because I like to see them persevere. And I'm hoping you feel the same about this work. I hope you put it into practice in your life and help change our world, which is what I think it ultimately does. As you know, I think if everyone tuned into their soul senses, the world would be a much better place. So when you subscribe, it's a big yes vote for the content. When you put the lessons into practice and subscribe and like and share, you help me help you carry the lesson beyond you and me. And I am just really grateful.